Managing text edits or copy rewrites in Adobe InDesign usually means multiple emails or marked up PDFs. Well, with InDesign's new Share for Text editing feature, currently in beta, you can now invite collaborators to edit copy without ever touching your layout. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through a real-world scenario where I share an InDesign layout with a writer, review copy edits in real time, and see those updates flow directly back into the document using InCopy on the web. Let's dive in, and I'll show you how this works. On my screen, I have a project for a digital recipe publication, and it's nearly complete. I just need the writer to review some of the copy, as well as add one more recipe to the last page. You can see I've left some space on the last page for the writer to add the copy in this text frame. To access Share for Text editing, I'll click on the Share button, which is in the upper right-hand corner, and then I'll click Share for Text editing. Alternatively, you can also access this feature by going to File and Share for Text editing. Now, before I share the document, I'll have to save it to the Adobe Cloud before I can share it. So in this case, I'll click Save, and I'll also give this project a proper title. I think I'll call this Plant Powered 2026. I'll choose where I want to save this. I'll click Your Files, and then I'll click Save. You'll receive a warning about the linked files in a document and how they will not appear when the recipient opens the layout using InCopy on the web. In this case, that's just fine as I want the writer to edit the copy and add the final recipe. So I'll go ahead and click OK to finalize that option, and that'll take just a few moments to save and upload the document from InDesign to the Adobe Cloud. Once it's fully uploaded, I can now share it with the writer by adding the recipient's email address. So I'll make my way up to Add People or Groups, and I'll add the email of the writer who will be working on this project. I'll also include a short message asking the writer to review the copy and add the final recipe on page 6. As a last step, I'll click Invite to Edit Copy. And you can see that the invitation was sent, and the collaborator will receive an email. It's important to note that recipients must have an Adobe ID in order to contribute and collaborate on projects. Also, Google Chrome is the only browser that will support this workflow. Switching to the recipient's view, the collaborator will receive an email where they can open the link to the project from the InDesign document. Once again, it'll take a few moments to load up the document from the cloud, as it does take some processing power. The collaborator can immediately see that I am working on the project, as it shows my profile image in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, because this is using InCopy, only the text frames in a project will be active and editable. For example, if I hover over any of the text frames in the document, they'll be highlighted in blue. And if I click inside the text frame, I can select or edit the text. Again, let's assume that I'm the writer now. The collaborator can navigate to the last page in the document where I left a message to add the final recipe. The collaborator can click inside the frame, remove the message, and paste the copy for the recipe. Now you can see there is some overset text, and that's because the copy is not formatted. The symbol in the bottom right-hand corner, a red cross symbol, is similar to what you'd see if you had overset text in InDesign. In this case, it alerts me to edit the copy in focus mode. You can see that here in the floating menu bar. If I click focus mode, it takes me into another view where I can see the text only and not the layout. This is just an easier way of editing for the writer. The writer won't worry so much about the overset text in InCopy because as the designer, I can handle those changes in InDesign. However, the collaborator can make a couple more edits. For example, if I click on page 2 in the document and then go to the magnification dropdown, I'll zoom in to 200%. I'll pan over to the right, and the collaborator spotted an extra period after the punctuation, so I can remove that. And the writer also notices an error with one of the measurements in the ingredient list. Instead of 4 cups, it should be 5 cups. Now that I've added the final recipe and made a couple more edits, let's jump back to the InDesign document and see the changes in real time. Back in InDesign now, if I look at the top right-hand corner of the screen, you can see that I'm in this project as well as Mary, the writer. I can also see that Mary's added the final recipe to the last page in this document, and now I can go in and make the formatting changes. For example, I'll double click inside that text frame, select the first paragraph, and if I go to my paragraph styles, I'll change this to body copy. Next, I'll place my cursor in the ingredients header, and in the paragraph styles panel, I'll apply the small header style. I'll pan over to the right a little bit, which will make it easier to edit the copy. Next, I'll select all the ingredients in the recipe, and in the paragraph styles, I'll choose recipe ingredients to apply that style. I'll click on the instructions title, and that is small header in the paragraph styles. And then I'll select all the instructions and make this instructions. I'll just expand that text frame a little bit more, select what's left of the text, and also make that instructions. Click on my selection tool and then double click the bottom center handle to make the text frame snug to the text. If I make my way to page 2 in the document, I can see that Mary is currently working in that frame and it's locked. So that just means I would have to wait for Mary to exit the frame for me to get access again. However, I do notice that the extra period in this paragraph is gone, as well as the measurement was changed from 4 cups to 5 cups. And if I jump back to the collaborators view, you can see that the design updates that I made occur in real time, keeping this workflow seamless for both the designer as well as the writer. So what are your thoughts on the new Share for Text Editing feature in Adobe InDesign? Is this something you'd use in your own workflow? Drop me a comment below to share your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all my latest tutorial content. If you want to learn more about Adobe InDesign, then check out this playlist I put together for you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.